Come next season, the Premier League will instruct its officials for subjective calls to use the pitch side monitor. Don Hutchison back with us. Shaka Hislop joins the show as well. Shaka, about time.
Yeah, it is. I don't understand why the Premier League decided to employ their own set of protocols around VAR. I was part of some of the early meetings with IFAB in terms of FIFA's VAR protocol, which we saw work so well in the 2018 World Cup. Yeah, the Premier League wanted to go their own way and trial their own sets of rules. And quite frankly, by comparison, it was a disaster. But finally, they've seen the error of their own ways and adopting a more unified approach, which goes with what everybody else has been doing and has worked so successfully elsewhere.
More news, the Premier League reportedly considering doing away with the infamous offside line that we see on broadcast. Don, apparently people don't like the offside line. Do you have a problem with it?
Not really, no, because it's sort of factual, isn't it? I mean, it's one of the things when you watch VAR, it's actually factual when you see someone offside. Now, I don't know what you do, what the protocol is going to be. If the line's not there, you're just going to go off human eye, and you know, then it's a difficult one. I didn't actually mind it, but I'm quite open-minded, and I think the season that we've had with VAR being in the Premier League, it was a brand new baby for the Premier League. Then we had obviously the pandemic, and then we come back again. So there was lots of disruption to the Premier League. So I guess the Premier League guys were just trying to get this season out of the way, and then obviously change one or two laws, and maybe look at one or two laws going into next season. So I think they're doing absolutely the right thing.
Shaka, all we ever hear from people is that they want more transparency. Taking that line away would seem to be a step away from that.
Well, I'm not quite sure. Listen, I was following Dale Johnson, and he was tweeting about it today, and he seemed to suggest that what they're going to use is what we've seen FIFA and other leagues in Europe use, and just publish the final version of the photo where you have the two lines, one line for the defender, one for the attacker, and the last line, as it were. So they're doing away with the moving crosshairs and showing how it's lining up with the shoulder and with the big toe. That moving crosshairs and moving lines, I think, made things seem longer in deciding the final version in the end, and for me, took away from the experience from the viewer. Just show what you come up with at the end and why your decision is what it is.
It's one of them, Shaq, isn't it? When they were drawing all the lines on, Sebi, when they were drawing all the lines and getting them to the millimetre, it was almost like it was trying to be too precise, if that's not a contradiction. And as Shaka said, if you've just got the two lines, offside, onside, and then we can all deal with that, and then we trust the process and we trust what we see at the end of it, then we go, oh, okay, he's 6 inches offside. Absolutely fine, we'll go with that. But when it was all being drawn on, and the height line as well, it was always trying to be really, really too precise.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.